So, in the last video, I may have prematurely released a set of videos onto the people of YouTube. I now have a few more videos I need to make to catch myself up to where we are in the league today, rather than working on other content. But before we can progress into the current day, we have to first pick up where I left off, in Week 1, Day 2. After the devastating losses and brutal wins, a small number of teams worked on making a change. But before they could voice an opinion, there was some fantasy drama in the dugout. The yellow members of the Diddy Kong Monkeys were apparently very upset with me for calling them such vile names on the live streams, so that gave birth to a new legendary name in our league for Yellow Toad, the Yellow Brick Toad. But unfortunately, the Yellow Brick Toad wouldn't be finding home for quite a while. A few Sluggers community names made their way into our league, with such names like the Hideous Creature and more. And finally, to end the drama, DK allegedly said quote-unquote ook ook ook, which translates to, that Yoshi home run was utter bullshit. He hit the fence and it fell back. It should have been fair. As Kong says after being interviewed after the game, ook ook, which translates to test that fucker for roids. All jokes aside, the new updates going into Day 2 of Week 1 were as follows. The Yoshi Eggs and the Waluigi Spitballs started the week off with the first and craziest trade of the week, as the Spitballs would fork over Fire Bro along with the level 10 batter King K. Rool. The Eggs would send over Boomerang Bro and Bowser Jr. This was a wild trade as both captains got the bro they wanted in the draft, but forked over two absolute machines for their team. The Baz Spitballs would also test their toes in free agency, signing Baz, the leader of the Spitballs, as well as Genghis Khan and Stephen Hawking. Another trade would take place between the Wilds and the Flowers, the Wilds sending Dixie Kong for Dark Drybones. This gave the Wilds a heavy hitter and the Flowers a great fielder. The Flowers would also take a look at free agency, signing Beef Boss and Garfield, bringing a little bit of orange to their team. And finally, the Wilds would sign Gangsta Mario to bring that red chemistry to the team that they were lacking in the last game. That's right, this time they were looking to not allow a home run. Now that you're caught up with the Week 1 updates, let's wrap it up with Week 1, Day 2. Game 1 would take place at Luigi's mansion between Luigi himself leading the Knights and the DK Wilds, where unfortunately most of the audio from the Discord calls would be so quiet and I wouldn't notice until Week 2 Day 2. I'm sorry for all the live viewers. The game would start off with a base hit for Mario, sending Green Toad, the Lime Maverick, home for the first point. This sort of conveyor belt offense would continue to score 2 more runs and a tired pitcher, starting the first inning up 3-0 as the Wilds would try to retaliate. Coming off a shutout mercy win in the last game and a quick double play in this game, DK stepped up to the bat with his career reputation on the line.
And that is going to be a home run, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god.
After a tiring run for DK, Magic Hoopa would throw a bad pitch to Dark Drybones.
So it's an even start here with pitchers. It's Dark Drybones. Is that another homer? That has to be a foul. Oh my god! This is a completely different Wilds team than the last game.
Switching to Luigi seemed to be the answer, finally shutting down the Wilds at 2. Starting the second, Steezy would try to hit a Mii's first career home run.
And the Twink looking to hit a home run. This would be the Mii's first home run.
But Gangster Mario would showcase his talents on defense, whilst also showcasing the Wilds' game-changing team they have just acquired. Both teams were able to shut each other down for the second, but in the bottom of the fourth, Baby DK would build the team's morale.
No, what?
He hit a star hit.
Loading the bases for DK resulted in a beautiful base hit, sending Baby DK home. With bases loaded for Red Coat Road, the Wilds would start their own conveyor belt on the inning, coming to a stop at 5 from a double play which had just built the team into the lead, finishing the inning 7-3. It would be triple donuts going into the final inning, as it looked like the Wilds were going to dance into the moonlight, but the Knights hadn't put their foot on the pedal just yet. Boo, despite being tired, would have pitched the entire game until the 7th inning as he swapped out to DK. This swap ended up changing the team's focus for the Wilds, as a base hit for Luigi resulting in a run and bases loaded could decipher the game.
RBI percent for Mario. This could be a grand slam. This is not what you want to see at the top of the 7th. And it's gonna send 2 home. Oh, and out though. 6-7 at the oh god damn it. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, well it is 6-7 now at the top of the 7th.
It seems even I myself can't hide from brain rot in a 10-year-old video game. With high hopes for Mario falling to just 2 runs, Magikoopa would now load the base for probably the best hitter on the Knights, in what could be a deadly elbow to the newfound Wilds.
But there's 2 outs, I think. Oh, Whammer Bro, though. This could be really bad. He's going to send a star hit. This is the best thing you can do. But he's not going to swing. Foul ball.
With that foul ball, it was between a strike or a bad hit that could end the game.
Ideally here, you want to star pitch, yes. And this might be out.
An unfortunate strikeout for the Knights would showcase that the Wilds had a lot of potential in the league as contenders, despite what some GMs may have thought. Meanwhile, in Mario Stadium, the Peach Monarchs would have to try to defend themselves from the ass beating the number 2 team in the league, the Spitballs, was planning on throwing. It would be pretty quiet until the top of the 2nd inning, as Paragoomba would slap a base hit, forcing Waluigi home in a close play opportunity for Paracoopa, resulting in the team ending the inning 2-0. I apologize for the lack of detail in this match, but to be honest, it wasn't much to show. Most of the home run opportunities in this game would result in a Snoopy snag off a buddy jump and the Monarchs getting quick double outs. The Spitballs, however, would score another point in the top of the 3rd after Critter would hit a ball strung out to left field, allowing Boomerang Bro to go home for another point. But this would be the end of the run, as the next 2 innings would follow double donuts, sending the Monarchs home with a box of 9 Krispy Kremes.
Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Have you ever gone to Krispy
Yeah.
Kreme? Was it crispy?
No.
Yeah, right.
Game 3 was between the Flowers and the Eggs, and what was expected to be a good match, as both teams had just made drastic changes to their lineups. I haven't really mentioned up until now the way that we go about selecting where each team plays, so because of this match's significance, I'll do so. Before the league started, I wasn't sure how to decide which team plays who. I was under the assumption this would be easier in later seasons, as we would know what teams would develop rivalries. However, to fix the problem temporarily, I put a random generator for each team, making sure they play another team at least twice in the season. Deciding the home team was also random in that regard, and in this game, I was the home team. The home team gets to select whichever map they want, day or night, except for Peach's Ice Castle, as that map is severely unfair to the CPU. Most competitive leagues ban the Luigi Mansion as well, but to be honest, I see no issue. Back to the games, however, I was standing in a position where I would have to defend myself as the number 1 team in the league. Knowing that I was up against a very good Flowers team, I chose a map where I could have an advantage. I decided for my Eggs to play at Yoshi Park nighttime. This was because at night, the train at Yoshi Park is 2 cars longer, which can be devastating to defenders trying to catch a home run. The Eggs started Goomba, who previously pitched a 7-inning shutdown, and he showcased his dominance again by not letting the Flowers on base for the 1st inning. Ritter was able to score the first points of the game as King K. Rool's hit ran out into the tracks, causing Poshi to get ran over. Now, the bases were loaded for Yoshi as it was captain against captain. But Garfield seemed to have other plans. Ritter would showcase amazing defensive plays in the 2nd inning, but both teams would turn up with donuts going into the 3rd. Funky Kong would be up to the plate after Poshi's base hit in what would slowly make me regret choosing this map.
Funky Kong. Oh yeah, that's it. We got the big and the train.
Home run.
Train got in the way. I knew it. I called it before the game. I was like, that train is gonna mess somebody up. That's perfect timing. Look at that train. Wow, that sure does that.
Tiny Kong would test her luck as well in the home run department, but Baby Luigi proved his size does not matter as he went on to grab 2 more home runs later in the game. In a similar situation to before, King K. Rool would have the ability to get a 2-man home run.
Right? Ooh, dinger from King K. Rool.
The train.
Ooh. Might have trained everyone over that thing.
Train didn't hit him. They were behind him. That's nuts. I guess a little bit of I guess the wall kicked down a little bit right there.
Yeah, you can imagine the Eggs were a little upset about this as we went into the 4th inning, but despite frustration, Firebro and Ritter would force big plays, one resulting in a double play to end the inning. Baby Luigi and Yellow Pianta would be able to squeak some solid hits on base as Firebro was now up with a chance of taking the lead.
I got 1 out. Second and third.
Oop, dear from him.
Safe.
Safe is so phenomenal.
Oh, that. I don't know about that.
Unfortunately for the Eggs, challenging plays was not an option in this game, but Dixie Kong proved to be likely cheating or had a body so T to squeeze through the train for the buddy jump. The Flowers would score one more run thanks to Zoe's RBI, but the points would end there as the score would be 3-1 Flowers. Despite a dramatic loss, Goomba proved to be a worthwhile pitcher, never needing to be swapped out once in 2 games. Game 4 would be the revenge story that ones would dream of. If the Spitballs had come to be the league's villains in many teams' eyes, then this next team might either be the hero or the evil median. Back in Luigi's Mansion, the Birdo Bows would face off against the Diddy Monkeys, whereas both teams would have been coming off of gut-punching losses in their previous matches, respectfully. Bowser would open the game with a 2-man home run far over the fence.
That's way too far. I mean, by the time Wario got to Stevie Wonder, I mean, Stevie Wonder's blind, but he could see how beautiful that homer was. He could smell it. So the Birdo Bows are going to start with 2 here.
The Monkeys would try to fight back in the bottom of the first, but Birdo sucked more balls than a gay hooker in a New York strip club. In the top of the third, Paratrooper would send a gash in the side of Stevie Wonder with a turtle shell and 2 runs following.
That's going to hit Stevie Wonder in the face. Or it's not tied, it's 4-0.
Birdo would send another runner home, hitting a double down mid-left center field, which I don't even know if that's a thing, but more or less would allow the Bows to urban crawl their momentum into a 6-0 lead going into the 4th, as the Monkeys would cease to get any on the board. Anti-Fax bassist and singer would be the only member of the Bows to get a score in the 4th inning, as he was showcasing he was both a dust devil on the infield and a pest on the outfield. The game would stay 7-0 until the 7th inning, where Miles must have told his team to show no mercy, as he was still upset about the loss from the Flowers prior. It would take too long to go through each play, so hopefully I'm able to showcase a highlight reel of the absolute destruction the Bows displayed in just 1 inning. It seemed to be home run and base run city for the Bows, who to no one's surprise were jumping like kids on Christmas. The inning would finally come to a close on the beating at just 18 points for the Birdo Bows. The refs would decide to not call mercy, allowing the Monkeys to play for fun to whichever they may have been having at this moment. But for Dry Bones, facing a shutout wouldn't just hurt the team, it would hurt him.
I would agree with that as well. I don't think anything went wrong, it's just...
I mean, they had 3 triple plays.
Well, we might see a home run here, so they'll get something on the board.
Yeah, okay.
Look at Dry Bones. That's a rare home run from a character. It's Dry Bones. And that's what you want to see. At least trying to have some kind of a... not full shutout as well, yeah.
I would love to tell you Diddy fans that the Dry Bones efforts inspired a team to a 20-point comeback identical to the ending of the score in the Monkeys' first game. However, I'm sure you can tell by my tone that was not the case. Bows decided to stop joking around and cut the head off the snake they've been brutally stabbing at. As Week 1 comes to a close, I want to showcase the standings and give out Week 1's awards. We as a community decided to give out awards for each conference each week, in hopes that this would build team, player, and staff morale. I'll be reading out up on screen the Mushroom Conference on the left and the Banana Conference on the right. For the Player of the Week, the Mushroom Conference selected Bowser from the Bows, as the Bananas selected Ritter from the Eggs. Pitcher of the Week would go to Baby Daisy on the Monarchs and Goomba on the Eggs. The Offensive Player of the Week would go to Funky Kong from the Flowers and Ritter from the Yoshi Eggs. The Defensive Player of the Week would go to Snoopy from the Monarchs and Michael Jackson from the Diddy Kong Monkeys. As the GM of the Eggs, I was both surprised that we got 3 out of the 4 awards this week, but a little disappointed we didn't get all 4, especially on the defensive side as we were able to put a shutout in the first game. But I digress. As I close this video, I want to thank everybody who participated in the live watch parties. As I'm making this, we're currently starting week 3 tomorrow, and I hope that some of you might wait for the surprises to come naturally with these videos, but feel free to join us randomly throughout the week at 6:30 p.m. This league and series has been a real blast to make, and I have nobody more to thank than Akamos for the idea. So ladies and gents, I will see you in week 2.